So let's talk about the second reason that it can explain the risk structure of the interest rate, liquidity. Yeah, I will explain the conclusion of this slide. So again, here we compare two different bonds. Suppose both the bond have a 10-year maturity. 10-year maturity bond with low liquidity versus 10-year bond with higher liquidity. Again, in order to explain the difference between the interest rate of these two bonds, we have to draw the demand and the supply curve. We have to draw the demand and the supply curve for each bond. Yeah, I believe you will be very familiar with this model. So after you show the price of the bond and the quantity of the bond, then you can draw the supply and the demand curve. That's the initial price for the bond with a low liquidity. Initial quantity. So I use the L here means the low. Again, assume these two bonds initially they have the same level of the price. So that's the initial price for the bond with a high liquidity. So I use H. So that's a quantity here. So what happened after investors find out this bond here has a low liquidity, this bond has a high liquidity? Liquidity affects the bond demand or supply? Yeah, recall that liquidity is the factor that will affect bond demand. Because of the low liquidity, the investors find out in this bonds market what happened to the demand. And we know investors, they don't like low liquidity. So the demand for this type of a bond will go down. On the other hand, investors prefer the higher liquidity asset. So demand for this bond will go up. Then we can show what happened to the price. So bond demand curve in this market shift to the left because of the reduction in the demand. And we can find out the new price here. New price for the bond with lower liquidity will be lower than the initial price. So price for this bond, low liquidity bond, will drop. And then we know the interest rate of this bond will increase because of the negative relationship. Similarly, we can show the demand curve shift to the right because the increase in the demand of this type of bonds. Here again, we can find out the new price PH1 is higher than initial price. So which means the price of the high liquidity bond go up. So which means the interest rate on the high demand or high quality bond, high liquidity bond will go down. As a result, we compare these two. And we can know the bond with a lower liquidity interest rate will be higher than bond with a higher liquidity. So if you want to explain this, why the bond with a lower liquidity offer higher interest rate than the bond with a higher liquidity, we need to use the model we learned previously, the bond demand and the supply.